Namaste. Today we'll learn about a treatment principles that is more famous among all Sarupakrama, Langhana Chikitsa. Reason of speaking famous in the sense it have very less cost effective, and more essential to understand the deep sense of its meaning. Langhana is we know that is Laghu Bhojanams. Sometimes Laghu Bhojan has stressed either we can cook some light food to take, or sometimes light food is not permissible, then it could be like a peya prepared from adding kada, like Dasamula kada, etc. Or the different peya what is prescribed in Charak Samhita Sutrasthana second chapter. Sometimes Agni Mandya is such a extent level that the little water might not be digestible. So we make Langhana that is like a Siddha Jala. So that way the word is not just precisely Langhana means Laghu Bhojanams. It have a wide range of its application and meaning. Referring the Sutrasthana's 16th chapter, the concept of Svabhava Paramvada, that is how we can counter the disease automatically by igniting the own internal system. So it's like expressed as a auto healing or autophagia. The own system fight against the ama or ama bisa, that is like toxin. So ajirna, ama further, that is ama bisa, or it presented through the diseases like Sayalasaka, Bisuchika, other grievous diseases. In our routine practice, when a alina dosa or alapa dosa has provoked, then it is easy or it is essential that there should not be any medicines physically somebody should take. So a non-physical medicines or non-pharmaceutical advice, how can be a medicines? What is more famous is that no medicine could be the medicine. They are auto-healing or autophagia variety of concepts has encouraged. It simply a terms used Svabhava Paramavad. Svabhavata Uparama. Naturally, destructions or vinasa of Vyadhi by igniting the internal system. So such variety of terms are there in the classics in terms of auto certifications or auto actualizations, self realizations, that we should understand exactly what the software has designed for my own systems, my own body. Sometimes our body speak and we have to listen carefully. Body is not speaking, not ready to take food. Out of our temptation, we take the food. So it may create a wrong pathology, or it can create a wrong things in the dosa and dhatu. So not to permitting that signaling should be understood, so that we can be with our systems, we can be with our body. If at all, if small diseases are there, then how to reverse that pathology? So reversing the pathology or reversing the pharmacology and establishing the dhatu samyata or close towards the dhatu samyata, these all are the real sense of today's lectures. So today we'll learn that how without medicines or a very less medicines, we can activate our systems to fight against disease. And therefore, we have to focus more about or elaborate more about the Langhana Chikitsa. Which here a try has made to compare with quantum healing concept. Quantum healing also suggesting that no such physical medicines to be introduced, as we human being is a part of the galaxy, and according to the Pinda Brahmanda Nyaya, whatever they are in the galaxy, whatever in the natures, so how we can learn from the natures, how we can interact with the natures, and through the natural constitutions we can correct the system. So simply say, if somebody having some ama alasetar guruta, exposing by the sunlight, it can be treated. or just by drinking water, the things will be solved. Just by putting the varicose vein leg inside the soil pressure will squeeze the blood and return back and helps to return back, and that can be a medicine. So here one disease has tried to take that how if you'll not listen the signalings, the extra armor deposited inside the body, the whole samprapti of sotha, that is a hidden sotha samprapti, can future or can lead to the future entry of the disease like prameha or madhumeha or even the cholesterol pathology. So to treat them, we have to stick the step like first stop doing the wrong things, and how we can just inbuild the doing some correct things, and that way we can insist about the natural healing process. So if we put this model under the control of Madhumeha Vyadhi, so model of Sohaparam Vada to control the Madhumeha, or we will not go to the terminology itself, Madhumeha, what is Madhumeha, what is Prameha. So in total, whatever the people are suffering, that is diabetes. Now, a Sthaulya persons, how we control by Sohaparam Vada, that we suggest the Sthaulya persons, take your own food, sit on the place, and one bolus to be chewed for 21 times. So when he will take the food after chewing 21 times, that mechanical force itself introduce or stimulate the body to put the energy. So that is the energy activation in the systems. The first benefit is person will not consume the total food. Second benefit, the mechanical energy helps for the better conservation or better absorption of the food. And third things, that is the concept of leptin resistance. That will also can be controlled. So these things are the beginning, or we had a pilot project on the application of Sohaparam Vada on Sthaulya. After getting good result, we tried to use in the Madhumeha Vyadhi. So out of 10 patients, if you take a statistics, 3 definitely might have a relationship with the have a insulin resistance, and 4 people's related to the diet cause, and two persons we may see that because of the lifestyle problems they have the disease, and definitely one among them have a relationship with the stress, or stress factors are there. Now speaking stress, sometimes we think the stress is a wrong thing. No, stress with a cause, stress with no or very minimum cause, the person is taking more pain. So it is how the person is receiving the stress. So and next there is a link in between insulin and the water. So if a person have more insulin, then insulin have a relationship to the water resistance, means water reabsorptions. So water content inside the body will increases as the amount of insulin increases. That's a grievous pathology. When a person's take food, then drink a heavy amount of waters, immediate surge of glucose, and because the glucose, the insulin surge takes place. So insulin have a relationship with the insulin, glucose, water, and the samprapti get precipitated. So these all diseases, like say it could be a PCOS, it could be a thyroid, it could be a insulin resistance diabetes. These all have a similar pathology, or that's the reasons why under the Sutrasthana the Sotha Samprapti has written, and further Sotha comes at a Chikitsa. So in the Sotha Nidhana, so Sotha Sutrasthana is actually the Sotha or inflammatory condition basic pathology for any disease. That's why it comes in the Sutrasthana, because it's a believing that Sutrasthana have a link to the other sthana. So with that believings, Sutrasthana Sotha chapters is not the Sotha is a disease, but Sotha is a Purvarupa. Sotha is a we can say Sotha is a Asaivagusa, Sotha is a Avarana, Sotha is a basic samprapti for any any disease to enter. So with that understandings, we can say that it may take 6 months to 1 year to cover or to manage the diabetes mellitus patient under the auto healing process. So under certain process, the pathology reverse. Number 1, the patient will take some month to adjust with the treatment procedures, treatment protocols. So patient will understand the mechanisms. We try to convince the patient that how the pathology gets reversed, what to take, how to sleep, how to chew the food. These all instructions patient immediately may not receive. Undergoing the training process, they slowly acquainted with the situation and adjust the situations. And the phase 2, that's acceleration phase. When the patient already understood the pathology, patient adopt the things, and patient realizes that it is not the medicines can give the result, it is the lifestyles, how I approach to the medicines, how I approach to the procedures and all, that helps to catch the speed of recovery of the diseases. And under the third phase, the internal transformations takes place. So once the patient learn when to drink the water, how to drink the waters, then the system get activated. Because if extracellular fluid is not there, then each hormones or the enzymes will work properly. That's the inner transformations. Say if the persons have leptin resistance, then even though patient has taken the required amount of food, but it will not stimulate the hypothalamus. It will not speak that no more food is actually expected. So that is a leptin resistance. I will go in detail in that further some few slides I kept here. And next on the fourth steps, that persons remain independent, or whatever the amount of pill he used to take, so he become free from the disease. That is like muktva tisthati. So freedom from the disease. That could be the last that observed around the end of the series of this era of 6 months to 1 year. And it's not so easy task. The reverse engineering, the reverse pathology, how we can return back the systems from pathological stage. So sometimes I used to ask that after taking anti-diabetic medicines, can we bring a normal person out of the patient? That's a so-called medicines is going on about the anti-hypertensive drugs. So whether we can give one example of patient who was hypertensive, taken so-called anti-hypertensive drug and getting out of the hypertension. Hardly answer is yes. So that's because these all things, or these redesignings of Swabhava Parambada, or upgrading, taking the concept of quantum healing into the medical systems was essential. And therefore this lecture I designed that there might be many up and downs, because the system is not acquainted to such variety of diversity. But diversity or dynamism in the application and the therapeutical procedures was essential, that to bring the system into the natures. Say sunrise, suns and at the tip of the up of the head around 12 noon. So when to take the food? It is very easy questions. So the food heavy amount like a lunch should be around 11 to 12 o'clock. That's when Kapha Kala is going to finish and Pitta Kala is going to start, or at in between. Completely at 12 noon, nobody should take food, because that's a pure Pitta Kala. So Pitta can be propagated or aggravated. So around to 11 to 12, it is not the morning breakfast should be heavy. It is a heavy meal should be consumed 11 to 12. Why not morning? Because the sunlight is not exactly sharp. So not exactly sharp, not so kapha kala. So kapha pitta kala, that is around 11 to 12 o'clock, heavy amount of food can be consumed. And the second surge, or the second time one person should consume the food, it is according to the digestion capacity. If it is essential, then it would be like before sunset, like from 4 to 5 p.m. So it's an oblique ray comes, and that that as we speak about the backwater in the river. So like the backwater, certain surges of hormones and enzymes are there, and therefore the second time food, if the person is planning to take, then it could be 4 to 5 p.m. So twice a day, heavy meal at 11 to 12 o'clock, and the next meal, that is around to 4 to 5 p.m. So that variety of advice, that variety of suggestions, we discuss with the patient, and that helps to reverse the samprapti, or reverse the pathology inside the systems. And sometimes now today's food styles and lifestyle have a very sharp link with liver pathology. So during our studentship, we hardly observe some cirrhosis of liver, and that too again related to the alcoholisms. But now maximum people have fatty livers or cirrhosis of livers, not because they consume alcohol, but because they consume different chemicals through the food or chemicals through the medicines. Therefore, it is essential again how we can refilter the livers, how you can prepare the liver for the better metabolisms. Therefore, it takes many up and down in the course of management. So it's need a continuous motivation to the patient, because the society, how it is running, it is not exactly what we're expecting. So that complete mismatching in between what we're expecting for the quantum healings and what the trend going on in the society by the influence of the mass media. Therefore, we take different lectures to counsel them, to educate them. So then the medicines, our health educations, our way of interpretations, our way to look into the systems, our way to look into the medicines and food, it's like a comedy. The peoples from Kerala, they used to take rice, and when they become a victim of diabetes, we say, because you are consuming rice, so you have the diabetes, so better to switch on to the chapati. In opposite, when we will think about the Punjabi peoples, so that's a like a jokes, that variety of scenario comes. So we have to wipe out those mindset. And sometimes patient have their own comfortable zone. So we have to break those things. That's why it takes a course of discussions, a course of health educations, and there are some, that's a like a, I should say, hierarchy or a people's understandings. That if we take anti-cholesterol medicine starting, then the weight loss will be. So if I'll ask, do the vitamin D able to reduce weight? Of course, no. But if you think about the patient of menopausal period, definitely yes. Because it helps to ignite the systems, and that acceleration process helps to weight loss. So these are the different things as a part of educations. And we induce the peoples to do various physical exercise. Like, see, one example has given here, how to activate the peripheral nerves to treat the peripheral neuropathy. We can advise the peoples to do this variety of locking systems. So it stimulates the peripheral nerves or peripheral circulations, by which it activates the systems, and that is recirculating the deposited metabolites. So what we say in terms of ama, or we say in terms of kapha bata. So kapha is not kapha bata, it will more better bata kapha. So bata is provocated and taking the kapha and going in out of the systems, and somewhere it lodges. So if it is lodging, then it is creating vyadhi. So it is just to circulate them throughout the systems. So if it is moving around, it may not be dangerous. So to activate them, to utilize them in, or to mobilize them, this variety of exercise we suggest to the patient, and that helps to mobilize the doshas from the systems, that helps to mobilize the kapha from the systems. And the one concept, that is what I told in the introductory page, there is a page of autophagia, that how we can ignite the internal systems. So questions is asked that if we realize the things, what happens actually after taking the food. So after eating food, the sugar rises. And if sugar rises, definitely it will stimulate the insulin to utilize the sugar and to take the sugar into the cell. So that times activations goes to the liver to convert the glucose into glycogens and glycogen into fat. So liver can stock 100 grams of sugar, and then the extra sugar goes to the muscles. If more than that, that is more than 600 grams of sugar we consume, then it goes to fat for depositions as a glycogens. Now question comes, what internal changes takes place if one day one person will not take food or follow the fasting? So blood sugar and insulin both falls, because there is no external sources. And to maintain that energy, liver starts to break the deposited glycogens and releases the sugar. That stored glycogen continue the work up to 24 to 36 hours. And therefore, patient feel light. So food gives strength. But here what I like to speak, no food also gives strength. So patient feel light not because of just doing some exercise, but doing some internal exercise that is activating the internal systems. Therefore, BMR increases. So in case of Madhumaya patient, it's suggested by some contract, some doctors from sister sciences, that थोड़ा-थोड़ा करके बीच-बीच में कुछ खाते रहिए. But according to the principle of Ayurveda, if थोड़ा-थोड़ा कुछ खाते रहिए, then recurrently it activates the systems, it disturbs the systems. So I used to say 3 terms. One is homodynamics, and second is homeostasis, and third is homostasis. So our system is homodynamics. So there, without disturbing, it should continue the works. So homeostasis will be maintained. But if we'll advise the patient थोड़ा-थोड़ा करके बीच-बीच में लेते रहिए, then unnecessarily it disturbs the dosa dhatu, their own normal functions. So repeated disturbances can also create the sustainable pathology. Therefore, in our text it has written, sthula medasinam apatarpayama. So apatarpana karna hai. It is certainly we should do the apatarpana. We cannot speak the patient that thoda thoda kuch lete rahiye. If thoda thoda kuch lete rahiye, to how in the body will utilize their positions? It's a false hungry to be understood. The pseudo hungry should be understood by each and every patient. So that variety of educations also we give to the patient, that unnecessarily थोड़ी देर में कुछ लेते रहना, that's a wrong things. So that's a concept of I kept somewhere here in the other slide, that for a freedom of our country, it was a statement of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. So a statement to get the body free from the disease, it will be, if you will give me hungry, then I will give you the freedoms from the disease of glucose or the resistance of insulin. So that way, this is also a concept of it is. So if a person will do the fastings for 24 hours or more than that, then glycogen in liver will be finished. Then liver now start to make glucose from other source, that is amino acid. That is called as gluconeogenesis. So a figure has tried to give here to understand how it impact on the body systems. And what happens if the person will still continue the fasting for 2 to 3 days? The low insulin stimulate the breakdown of fat for energy maintenance. So now insulin is reduced, and therefore the fat cells or the adipocytes starts to break. It likes atom bomb तोड़ना जैसा इतना energy लगता है. So the glycerols, fatty acids used to create ketone bodies for energy maintenance and the glucose demand of the body. So how the things will go if fasting still continue after 5 days? So the protein conservation phase, the energy supplied by the ketone body, therefore still patient never feel weakness, rather patient feel more energetic. So what we say in terms of Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, the internal systems ignited. Therefore, patient feel light and feel energetic to work, not for him, even for the others. So blood glucose levels maintained by the glycerols, increase in adrenaline, prevent, decrease the metabolic rate, and make the patient feel energized and revitalizing even during fastings. And therefore, the patient may have a mental clarity too. That's why after Upavasa, we feel more sattvic, and protein remain intact. There is no such deficiency, acute deficiency also takes place to it. So that's the inflammation pathology get braked, and therefore the body fat reduces, at least not by number but by size definitely reduces, and it helps the establishment of normal aging too. This is actually the goal of Ayurveda, that is to establish the Dirgha Jivana. And establishing Dirgha Jivana, that's how to learn. Dirgha Jivana doesn't mean the Asuric Prabhuti, Ravan, Kansa, etc. they did. The aging delay, it doesn't mean that we will have a permanent life. So it is how to get a majestic death. That's the aging process to delay. So when aging process to delay, that's an inflammation samprapti or pathology break by this process of fasting, and the insulin sensitivity develop, the fat burned, the extended of lifespan or a painless life will be, because if we are able to break the inflammation, so we are able to break the nest where the other diseases enter. So we say it's like a santarpanatha vikara. So this long list of santarpanatha vikara will reduce, and we focused on our work. That's again an extra point. So sometimes I used to speak in the classroom educations also, that any concept of Ayurveda should be discussed in 3 levels. It was not actually disease classification, Adibhautika, Adidevika, and Adhyatmika. It is also to imply in any other concept of Ayurveda. Say here is a concept of Langhana. So Langhana, Adhibhautika in the sense, we are restricting towards the amount of food what physically we consume. Adhidaivika in the sense, sometimes we link this fasting with some, Santi, Mangala, Homa, Puja, Upavas, etc., with the rituals. Now, taking this Langhana concept to the Adhyatmika levels, that when there is Purnima, when there is Amavasya, during those days, that pitch of the waves, the wavelength in the tides of oceans increases. So that is physically we are observing. But hardly we are linking that when the waves increasing in the ocean, similar way that any other water content like say pond, etc., also increases the water levels. And our body have more than 70% of water. Our body also increases its water value. That's why during new moon or full moon, no heavy surgery should be kept. There is a more chances of more bleeding. So one should avoid, open abdominal surgery or a heavy surgery during those days. So the matter to speak here that during those days, also we should maintain upavasa. We should follow upavasa. We should follow fastings. That's the adhyatmika level of langhana concept. So unnecessary speaking, that's a langhana. Taking the air with a consciousness that air is made for our health. So we should calculate the numbers of respirations. But we can see in case of turtle, like I also kept another slide for it, that we can see this scenario. Turtles have a extended lifespan. That because they are calculatively using the amount of oxygen, or even the elephant too. So proceeding towards the concept that when eating is resumed, body tears down its defense parts, defective parts. So the defective parts in our language is the kleda or a ama because of rasa sesa ajirna. So what do you mean by rasa sesa ajirna? To simplify the concept, rasa sesa means abasesa rasa written inside the systems with our knowledge, with our consciousness, without our knowledge and consciousness. So we are actually not conscious that body just slowly retaining those dosas, and it's sometimes called as garabisa, it's sometimes called as amabisa, it's sometimes called as retained dosas, it's sometimes called as morbid dosas, and also called as rasa sesa ajirna. So it is not ajirna felt as routinely ajirna related to Jatragni, but it's a unprocessed things lodged inside the systems, and that can be grievous in a long course of periods. So that breakdowns takes place. So the defective parts break down, then build the new auto healing, which is named here as a quantum healing. And the next things what I like to speak here, that's the concept of leptin. So leptin produced by adipocytes in the fat cells. It also have a role to regulate the reproductive system, the thyroid gland, the adrenal glands, even different growth hormones. It's a peptide hormone act on hypothalamus, a regions where the brain controls the homeostasis and also control the appetite. In an excess, if it will not control well, it do a genetic mutations. So that genetic mutations never permit us to realize that what amount of food to be consumed. It will take more time. So at least 10 minutes it will take after the completion of stomach, and after the brain will speak not to take more. So there is little bit of confusions or mismatching in between leptin and ghrelin. So ghrelin, let's say hormones, famous for hunger understandings, that hunger controls. So hunger and appetite, persons have a hunger, that's good. But now people have more appetite than the hunger. So we attract towards the temptations of the smell of the food, of the amount of food, of the color of the food and all. So people are suffering disease not because of the hunger hormones or the ghrelin. It is because of the satiety hormones, that is the leptin. That's because more people are suffering disease. That's kitna kha rahe uska koi hisab nahi. That's the problems. So when the friendship breaks, ये लेप्टिन और ग्रेलिन के अंदर जो फ्रेंडशिप है, वो फ्रेंडशिप जब ब्रेक हो जाता है, so then the pathology actually starts. Then we are unable to recognize how much amount of food to be taken. So before we should understand how the friendship works. So when level of ghrelin, the main hunger hormones, and leptin are disrupted, the ability to eat when we are truly hungry and stop when we are truly full with the stomachs becomes severely compromised, and which sometimes leads to obesity. And how this breaks? That when levels of ghrelin and leptins are disrupted, ability to eat, that is truly hungry, that disturbs. And even though these two hormones have opposite effects, working together in a check and balance theory. So one check and one create the balance. That way it runs physiologically. But in a pathological way, when they disturb, they unable to control the systems and they unable to, the resistance power increases. And so that we say leptin resiliency. So that breaking in the friendships sometimes require more amount of food. It may not give a signalings. So that signaling not understood properly. Therefore, you have to just advise some variety of vihara, because their ahara never works. Because to understand the ahara, the actions of leptin and ghrelin just disturbs. So this I had kept knowingly that taking food as a yajna karma, because our ayu has gatau dhatu, gati in the sense previous things and the next things. There is a link in between, and the link has made through the life process. And the life process to continue, we have to take the food. And how to take the food, when to take the food, that rituals has actually kept in respect to the worshipping God, or as we do the yajna karma, that variety of holiness to be maintained. So it is the treatment is that treatment of all way or how to implement the Langhana concepts. We have to understand through all these multiple way. It is to take the food in a judicious way. It is to consume the food in the principle of yasya dasya jojanto tajam tadausadamitam. If I belong to the state of Goa, the red rice is available, the brown rice is available, so I should consume brown rice itself. I should realize that the brown covering itself is the chemicals of metformin tablet what people consume as a medicines in diabetes. And the polished rice I am taking, it means I am inviting such pathology inside the systems. So this देश में जो इंसान है, देश in the sense not country, the area where, so it's a local should be upgraded to vocal, and that will be the approach to touch the global. And with these words, saying thank you to all of you listening to me, and I tried to explain this concept of Langhana. It's not the medicine is sufficient. Sometimes pill can create ill, but if this variety of mechanisms, if this variety of concepts of Ayurveda will be upgraded and propagated, I hope definitely it will help the whole mankind.